public. Just want to ask you a few questions on where you're from and what you're doing.
Okay, my name is Eduardo Vejerano. I'm from Colombia. I hope you know where it is.
Yes.
We normally speak Spanish there, so that's one of the reasons why I came here, because I wanted to learn some new language, not English or Spanish, which I already speak. And I'm just glad to answer whatever you want to ask.
I just want to ask you one more question. How is your Czech?
I've been here already 4 years, so I think my Czech is it's quite good for a foreigner. But that's what people say when I speak. They say, "Oh my God, you speak really well Czech, and you're so talented." And I'm like, "No, thank you so much. I'm not so comfortable because I think that I didn't put enough effort on it." But I understand, and people understand me, so that's mainly so I like it.
It's a very difficult language to learn.
For me, it's not a difficult language. I don't know. People say that I like languages, and that's why I don't think it's difficult. But for me, and people also say that I'm quite crazy. But I find many similarities between Spanish and Czech. Maybe not the grammar itself, but the logic of the language. For example, in English you say I am cold and I am, but in Czech you say or I'm hungry. This is a bad example, the one before, but I'm hungry. I am hungry, and in Czech you say mam hlad. In Spanish we also say mam tengo hambre.
So you don't have to say I am. You can just say one word.
Yeah, you can also say there is another possibility, and in Czech I know it is ser hladoví, ale in Spanish you can also say estoy hambriento. So the logic itself is quite similar. So I think it's not so complicated if you already speak Spanish or you speak another language like that.
Thank you. So, where do you work?
I am programmer, I'm software developer, and
Here in Zlin?
yeah, here in Zlin. And that's mainly it. I'm just working with making web pages or software.
Do you enjoy your job?
Yeah, I like it. I like it because it has to be really specific, and you know, in computing, everything is yes or no. There is 1 and 0, and there is no this gray scale, which is in another sciences like economics, psychology, and all these things. So I like it.
What do you think are some gaps in the market here in Zlin?
Gaps in the market. I think that the problem here is that the city is quite small. If you compare it with the countries where cities are bigger, like where I come from, in Colombia, cities are quite crowded, and it makes the possibility to give more variety of the same product to customers. Here, as there is a small city, if you are looking, for example, for a folder to make papers or to organize papers and this kind of stuff, you go to the paper shop and you just find 2 or 3 kinds of the same product. But in the other countries, you can easily find 10, 15 kinds of the same product, but this is the big problem, I think.
So what you're saying is that if there's a bigger population, there's just more opportunities, more variety.
Yeah.
What do you think about the customer care here in Zlin?
Customer care, okay. For example, I live this quite often, and it's in a restaurant. When you go to a restaurant, the service is quite not good, you know. But the problem, I think, that is because the people don't complain about it, and even though they didn't like the service, or the service was not the best, they still give tip to the waiter or waitress. So, and this is somehow not helping the system itself. So there is a problem in customer care for example, I have never seen anywhere where there is these box for complaints or suggestions or congratulations or this kind of stuff. I've never seen this. I think it's a problem or it's a mistake from the for example restaurants or companies or shops or this kind of business, because it's communication with customers.
Yes, I totally agree with you. Here to Zlin. Out of all the places here in the Czech Republic, why Zlin?
No, in fact it was quite coincidence, or it was just fortune that I came here, because I was applying for an internship, and I didn't want to go anywhere where they speak English or they speak Spanish, because I wanted to try a new language or to learn something new. And I was supposed to go to Poland, but the things didn't work there, and then people from Zlin contacted me. They gave me a good offer, and then I just came here. I just knew about the Czech Republic, that Prague was the capital, and that it was a small country. That's all.
And so I want to ask you if you've ever heard of a company called FedEx Express and what you know about them.
FedEx Express, yeah, it's the mail or sending company, the post company. We see this quite often in Colombia, so it's quite worldwide now. But it's just mainly that you can just send things.
And then I wanted to ask you if you knew a company called Lukas.
No, I don't know.
Well, thank you very much for your time, and it was nice talking to you.